Hi team, this is V from Housing Solutions Learning and Development. I'm just coming to you with a quick update with regards to the performance management system. So we've taken some feedback from you guys when you have completed surveys, when you've attended employee briefings, as well as any workshops with myself with regards to values and how you demonstrate your values when you're preparing for your PMS, so you're giving your evidence. What does good look like? So we've got 3 documents here for you. The first we've created is for colleagues. The second is for managers. And the third would be for anybody who is in the senior management team or the executive team. So these documents are progressive. And what I mean by that is all colleagues within Housing Solutions would need to demonstrate the colleague level of the values. If you're a manager, then you'd need to be demonstrating the colleague as well as the manager level. And for the senior management team and executive team, very lucky, get to demonstrate colleague, managers, as well as the senior management and executive team. So I'm just going to show you the 3 documents very quickly. These will be saved on the intranet, so you can access them at any point in time, whether you're preparing for end of years, whether you're preparing for midterm reviews, or like I said earlier, if you are preparing your objectives for your manager meeting. So the first thing that you will see in the document is a link to the corporate plan. So this will always be updated to reflect the most recent or current corporate plan. So it shows what the key business priorities that we are focused on are. And then the document then goes to speak about, obviously, the objectives, which is the what we do. This is where you'd be set the 3 to 5 SMART objectives. And then the values, which is what this document talks about, is the how we do things. So we're utilizing the same 4 ratings that we've used throughout our PMS journey. So not performing, performing, exceeding, or outstanding. What we've done with this document is we've added a few descriptive lines so you know what is expected at each of those levels. So for example, not performing, this is where you'd probably be receiving support to improve. With regards to the values, it's where you don't consistently demonstrate required performance in line with the indicators for some or all of the values related to your role. What are the indicators, V? We'll have a look at that in a few minutes. We'll jump ahead and look at exceeding. So this is where you're being a true values role model at your own level, but you're frequently working at a higher level. Now, this is where, when I said previously, the documents are progressive, this is where the link comes in. So if you're working at a higher level as a colleague, you would then need to go across to the manager's document and reference for the value you're looking at, what the indicators are at the manager level. So you would need to be demonstrating those. It'll become a bit clearer when we look at one of the values. So let's go ahead and look at ownership. So the ownership indicators, and this layout will be reflected for all of the values across all 3 documents. So you'll have some indicators here, and this is, if you like, industry best practice, not just for our industry, but businesses as well. We've also taken feedback, but again, we've also used the documents that we had previously within the business. So this is what good looks like in terms of ownership. But what we've also done is try to include some examples that you have given us as employees of Housing Solutions. And we've taken some positive examples, and we've also given a list of some negative examples. These are not finite examples. These are just a very good sample of the types of things that relate to how we do business in terms of examples that are good or bad. So if my manager was looking at me in terms of ownership and saying, V, you perhaps need to improve your ownership a little bit more, I might come to this document and have a look at the list of positive examples to give me some idea of the types of things that I could do to improve my rating. If we're saying maybe at the start of the year, improve my rating in time for my midterm reviews. Okay, so this is ownership. Now, if I'm perhaps not underperforming, I'm actually preparing my PMS. I'm gathering all of my evidence, because that's what we do expect for everyone to prepare their own evidence, send it across to your manager so they can review it prior to the meeting happening, where you sit down and discuss what have you done, what did we agree, and what is the rating. So I'm preparing my end of year review evidence, and I think to myself, well, actually I would like Caroline, my manager, so head of HR, to consider me as outstanding under ownership. So we know that we said we need to be performing at a higher level. So I need to then go across to the values document and look at the values manager document and look at the ownership indicators. So delegates to others, role models, professional courtesy, empowers team members, consistently delivers against commitments. And again, I'll have a look at the some of the examples so that I can put myself across as somebody who is perhaps outstanding. So this will be the layout for all of the values in the document. So again, you've got inclusion, you've got teamwork, as well as innovation, and to give you some examples there. If we go across to the SMT and ET document, again, you will see that format is reflected. But again, you've got some clear indicators for what we would expect at that level. But you've also got some positive examples. So thank you, Jeanette, for providing that with that quotation. You've got some positive examples there, as well as some negative examples, which again, are by no means finite. They are just a very good guide of what good looks like when we talk about the values at each of those levels. So this is everything that I've got prepared for you guys. If you've got any queries at all, please do give me a shout. I sit in the HR team, or drop me an email at learning@housingsolutions.co.uk. Thanks for your time. As always, keep learning, keep thriving, keep throwing. Thank you.